The British formulated policies to govern and control the conquered region. Through it, the company wanted to increase its profit from trade, to increase the profitability of the territories it held in India, to strengthen its hold over India, and to accomplish all these motives, all these profits, the British divided the territories into provinces. And the three of these were first one was Bengal, second one was Bombay, which is known as Mumbai, and the third one was Madras, which is known as Chennai. They were all called as presidencies, and each presidency was administered by Governor General as overall head. The district was looked after by the collector, and he was the one who collected revenue and supervised overall administration of the district. Now, to carry out the administration, the British had main four agencies, and as you can see in the flow chart given on the screen, the four agencies were civil service, the second one army, the third one police, and the fourth one is judiciary. And what were the main functions of all these four agencies? Civil service, the main function it was for the general administration. Army was to protect the territories held by the British in India. Police, the main duty of police, the main function of police was to maintain law and order. And judiciary, we all know the main function is to dispense justice. Now, taking back to back all the four agencies. First one is civil service. Lord Cornwallis started civil service to effectively administer the company's territories in India. He introduced strict regulations for the official, raised their salaries, and linked promotions to seniority. Many bright young men were attracted to it. Till 1853, the civil servants were nominated by the directors of the company. After 1853, the civil servants began to be selected through competitive examinations. It was very difficult for the Indians to get selected, and the reasons were the examination was held in London and very few Indians afford the cost to travel there. Second, the medium of expression was English, which was difficult for the Indians to understand, and the minimum age of competing was very low. So the Indians were entitled to the subordinate post only, even after 1858. In 1801, Fort William College in Calcutta, now Kolkata, was opened to train the administrators. It was set up by Lord Wellesley. Now, coming to the next agency, the most important pillar we can say for the administration. Army was one of the most important pillars of British administration in India because of the reasons given on the screen. The first one, the British needed a large army to conquer more territories, to protect British territories from their rivals, to protect the trading interest of the British, and to suppress the internal revolts against the British. The bulk of the company's army consisted of Indian soldiers, and they were known as Sipahis or Sepoys. The number of Indian soldiers in company's army were about 2 lakhs in 1850. They were paid regular salaries and were trained in the use of the latest weapons at the time. Most of the recruitments in army were made from the areas of Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand and Bihar. The company barred the Indian soldiers from the position of responsibilities and honor. Indian could at the most reach up to the rank of Subedar. Many farmers were interested to join company's army as it was a prestigious occupation. The British army was well trained and disciplined force. The sepoys were armed with muskets and they were very loyal to their British masters. Now, talking about the next important pillar of the administration, that is police. The British needed efficient police force to ensure law and order. Lord Cornwallis created a permanent police force in India. Each district had many thanas, each under a daroga. Towns and village had kotwals and chowkidars respectively. Later, the post of the district superintendent was created, who looked after the entire district. In police also, the Indians were excluded from the higher post. The police succeeded in reducing major crimes, one of them being thuggy, but lower ranked policemen were unsympathetic, oppressive, and corrupt. Now, talking about the last and the pillar of the administration of the Britishers was the judiciary. In the beginning, the justice system was based on the traditional system of deciding the case on the basis of religious practice and customs. Under the Regulating Act, the Supreme Court was set to impose the English laws on the Indians. But in 1781, a law was implemented to amend this practice, and the previous British laws were restricted to the British. Warren Hastings and Lord Cornwallis gave a proper shape to the judicial setup. Lord Cornwallis organized a judicial system in 1793 on British models. According to it, the Europeans were appointed as judge. A Qazi or a Mufti and a learned Brahmins were appointed to assist the judge who were not familiar with the Indian language and customs. So, they set up civil courts, that is Diwani Adalat, and criminal courts, that is Faujdari Adalat, at the district level. Now, talking about the civil court were set in every district. They were presided over by a district judge. 4 provincial courts in 4 divisions in Bengal heard the appeals from the district court. The Sadar Diwani Adalat was the highest civil court of appeal. There were a number of petty courts headed by the Indian judge known as Munsifs and the Amins. And talking about the criminal court, the Sadar Nizamad Adalat was the highest criminal court, a court of circuit presided over by a civil servant, was set up in each district. Thus, by the 19th century, British had established the supremacy over whole India. And in addition to this, in 1833, a law commission was appointed to codify Indian laws. It compiled the Indian Penal Code and established the principles of rule of law. It means equality before law instead of one laws for all, but it was never practiced. So slowly, India was turned into a complete British colony. So students, with this, we came to an end of this chapter number 3. I will forward the notes of this lesson in the WhatsApp group. Kindly copy it down and complete it in your notebook. Thank you so much.